Welcome everyone to today's writing part 1 and email analysis. Before we start, I want to remind you about the tips and strategies guide which I will be using. If you'd like to look at the tips and strategies video, you can find that video in our CELPIP library in the writing section. Also, I will leave a link to the video in the description. That video will explain to you clearly the tips and strategies guide. For now, I will just be going through the guide page by page, and if you want to pause the video so you can read it, you can. The guide shows you about understanding the topic, the factors which influence your score in writing, ideas, vocabulary, the structure, sentence construction and grammar, and providing a complete response. Very important about email tone. Are we going to write an informal email, a semi-formal email, or a formal email? And then we have the structure that we can use for each one. Informal structure, semi-formal structure, and a formal structure. So let's get started with today's analysis. Okay, everyone, let's read today's topic. Email to the doctor. 27 minutes. You recently visited a doctor because of a medical reason. So you went to the doctor, some medical problem. Your doctor prescribed you some medication. Okay. So you got prescribed some medication, but you aren't sure about taking it. Okay, you're not sure about taking the medication, and you would like some more information about it. Okay, so you want to request some information. Write an email to the doctor. Okay, so let's remember this example is going to be a 7 to 9 example. Okay, so and also let's remember that I'm following the guide, semi-formal structure guide from our writing guides. Okay. So let's start with our greeting, who you're writing and why you're writing. Okay. So, dear Dr. Simon, this is your first name and last name. And I hope everything has been going well at the clinic these days. Let's also remember that I'm using or I'm color coordinating, and blue is the structure that we're using to connect and to sequence. Okay, so now what's the reason I'm writing? I'm writing because I would like some clarification on the recent medication which you prescribed to me. Exactly. So, so we said I would like some clarification. We could say I would like you to clarify. Better to use different words than what it says here. Would like some more information. So I didn't want to use information. For higher levels, we want to try and change the words from exactly what it says there. Okay, but there's my greeting. Okay, I'm writing to Dr. Simon asking for some clarification. Now let's go to the first point. Okay, inform your doctor about the reason for your recent visit. Okay, so why did I go there? Let's see. Okay, firstly, I had an appointment with you 2 days ago because I had been suffering from chronic fatigue and it had been causing me anxiety. Okay, so first we're talking about past tense here. Past tense. So first we're using just had here. Now here we're using past perfect continuous. The reason for that is because before to the appointment. So we're talking about a period. in the past until the past. So you had been suffering. Before you went to the appointment, you had been suffering chronic fatigue. Okay, so better to use past perfect continuous to describe what had been happening to you before the appointment. Okay? Okay, that's a good example. Chronic fatigue and causing me anxiety. Now we want to explain a little more. Maybe we can explain what happened at the appointment. Let's do that. At that time, you administered some blood work and some regular physical tests, which resulted in an iron deficiency diagnosis. Okay. All right. Well, we said that the doctor administered some tests, some regular physical tests. Okay. But after that, the doctor diagnosed you, or the result was an iron deficiency diagnosis. Okay. Usually I'm saying that because, well, I know that if you are fatigued, you probably have some kind of deficiency. So that's my example. Then we want to leave a line here. Okay. Now we're going to go to the second point. And we're going to connect to the second point. What is it? Explain how you feel about taking the medication. Okay. So what about the medication? I took it, or I'm going to take it, or maybe I'm not sure about it. Okay, so let me write here. What am I going to write? Okay, so regarding the prescribed medication to treat the diagnosis, unfortunately, I have reviewed this iron supplement online, and many people have listed nausea and constipation among some of its side effects. Okay, well, for example, so usually lots of people, they check their any kind of medication or supplements online. I know I do that as well. So that's what I said here. And I saw some side effects in there, and I don't like those side effects. Nausea and constipation. Okay. So, so what do I need to do next? Is say a little bit more about how you feel about that. Therefore, I'm a little concerned about commencing the treatment since I suffer from digestive issues. Okay, so in this case, I don't want to take the medication, or I'm concerned about it because I have digestive issues, stomach problems. So I'm concerned about commencing or starting. Okay, so I talked about the medication, I reviewed it, I don't like the side effects, and so I'm concerned about it. So now let's get to the third point, third idea. Request more information about the medication. So let me ask the doctor, can you tell me a little bit more about that? That's what I'm going to do here. Okay, so let's see. Lastly, I would like to confirm with you the specific digestive side effects which this medication could cause. Okay, so I just want to confirm with the doctor what could be the digestive problems. Okay. Okay, and what else? Maybe, let's see. Also, could you please investigate my previous medical reports to analyze whether this medication could lead to further complications? Okay, so as you know, the doctor does have a look at your previous medical reports. So we're asking, could you check those and just let me know if this supplement or medication that you prescribed could lead to or cause further complications? Okay. All right, so there we said, I want to confirm about it, about the side effects, and if it could lead to any further complications. Some medications could. Okay, so now we're just going to get to our closing. We're going to say thank you and provide our signature. Okay, so thank you for your attention, and I hope you will be able to provide me that valuable information. Sincerely, first name, last name. All right, so we can see here it's 183 words. I think that's really good for 7 to 9. Of course, if you can write more, if you could write 200, you could get a higher score. But when we want to talk about 7 to 9, the most important thing is that we're not making simple errors. Okay, this is very important that we're not making any simple errors. I saw one here, the prescribed medication, right? Um, that means no present, past, future, or either simple grammar errors for sure. That's for 7 to 8. And that we have really good punctuation, commas, periods. Okay. And definitely for 7 to 8, also, we need to have really good structure, which this email does. Very good structure, leaving a line all the time between paragraphs. We should leave one. I know it's divided there, but I still want to do it like this. Okay. Leaving a line here as well, a space. Now, it's also very important to be very clear. Sevens, eights, very, very clear about each point and the topic. Now, for level 9 or higher, I believe this one can also be 9 or higher. And the main reason, of course, if you can write this one perfectly like that, for sure it's 9 or 10, even more. I would say 10, maybe 11. The part that I feel that makes it 9 or higher is higher level grammar structures like past perfect continuous. If you can use that well, that shows your knowledge a lot. And also vocabulary. Vocabulary is very important for 9 or higher. Not so much for 7 or 8, but for level 9 to 10, using stronger vocabulary. I do see stronger vocabulary here in clarification, chronic fatigue. You administered those exams, blood work, iron deficiency diagnosis. This topic, you want to use for any topic higher level vocabulary, which I think this one uses. Commencing, for example, instead of starting, nausea, constipation, okay, further complications. So, and digestive side effects, very good vocabulary here. I feel it's stronger. The stronger the vocabulary and stronger grammar structures like past perfect continuous, the better or the higher the score, okay? Now, level 7s to 8, again, you don't need that high level vocabulary, it just needs to be clear. And you also don't really need a high level grammar structure. You just don't need to make any simple mistakes for 7 to 8, or very few, okay? So again, this is an example, I believe, 7 to 9, or it could even be as high as 10 or 11, okay? Let's just keep it at 7 to 9. Now, to improve, I strongly recommend that you reread it. Again, we followed our semi-formal structure from our writing guides. Okay? And so when you are rereading, make sure that you look at the structures that are used here, highlighted in blue, and also look at the grammar, which is highlighted in red. Okay? That'll really help you. Okay, so let's read it again. Again, this was to the doctor about the new medication that you're taking and you want more information. So we started with the greeting, who you're writing and why you're writing. Dear Dr. Simon, this is first last, and I hope everything has been going well at the clinic these days. I'm writing because I would like some clarification on the recent medication which you prescribed to me. Okay, and the first point was inform your doctor about the reason for your recent visit. Okay. Firstly, I had an appointment with you 2 days ago because I had been suffering from chronic fatigue and it had been causing me anxiety. At that time, you administered some blood work and some regular physical tests, which resulted in an iron deficiency diagnosis. All right, so that's the reason why we went and what we got, okay? Okay, so what about the medication? Explain how you feel about taking the medication, okay? Regarding the prescribed medication to treat the diagnosis, unfortunately, I have reviewed this iron supplement online, and many people have listed nausea and constipation among some of its side effects. Therefore, I'm a little concerned about commencing the treatment since I suffer from digestive issues. Okay, so you're concerned about the side effects because you suffer from digestive issues. So this is how you feel about taking the medication. And then request more information about the medication. That's what we want to do last. Lastly, I would like to confirm with you the specific digestive side effects which this medication could cause. Also, could you please investigate my previous medical reports to analyze whether this medication could lead to further complications? Okay, so we're asking the doctor if he could do this for us. And we get to the closing. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you will be able to provide me that valuable information. Sincerely, first and last. So when you reread and you look at the structure and the grammar used, then the last part would be typing. Or you can read and type at the same time because you want to get yourself familiar with typing this kind of email, okay? Great, everyone. Please feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions about 7, 8, and 9 or higher levels. And I will try to respond to them. Have a great day. Okay, everyone. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP library. The CELPIP library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1 month pass or a 2 month or a 3 month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.